contrary to the opinions of others, I don't think I'm cool at all. I definitely didn't grow up thinking I was cool. I was popular, but not because I was cool. Probably because I had a certain amount of independence. And I spent a lot of my time at the public library. It was one of the few places my mother would let me go on my own. And I actually wrote poetry and short stories before I started writing songs. And I think it wasn't, I never had made this conscious decision, no, now I'm gonna write songs.
Have you ever wondered what happened to Tracy Chapman and Lauryn Hill? These two queens were ruling the music charts one moment and then suddenly they vanished. It's like they saw something they weren't supposed to and Hollywood hit the mute button on their careers. But what if it wasn't just bad luck or burnout? What if these powerful women knew too much about the dark side of the music industry and got shut down for trying to speak up? Stick around, because we're about to dive into a story that'll change how you see your favorite songs forever. Let's start with Tracy Chapman. Before she became a Grammy-winning superstar, she was just a young woman playing guitar on the streets of Cambridge, Massachusetts. Hard to believe, right? Her incredible talent caught the attention of a big-name music executive at a coffee shop. Soon after, she signed a record deal. Her rise to fame seemed almost overnight, going from busking for spare change to winning 3 Grammy Awards in 1989. And her debut album sold over 10 million copies, and critics praised her as one of the most socially conscious songwriters of her time. On the other hand, Lauryn Hill's journey was a little different. She first made waves as part of the Fugees, a group known for their unique sound. But when Lauryn went solo, everything changed. Her debut album, The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill, was a game changer. Everyone was talking about her talent. She could sing, rap, and write songs like no one else. Her music wasn't just popular in the US, it was loved worldwide, from New York to Amsterdam, New Zealand, and Africa. These women were unstoppable, breaking records and winning hearts everywhere. Tracy's fast car and Lauryn's Do Walk That Thing took them to incredible heights of fame. But behind the scenes, things weren't as perfect as they seemed. Tracy felt pressure to change her image to fit into the industry's narrow mold. Lauryn, on the other hand, faced the harsh reality of an industry that doesn't always support strong, outspoken Black women. Both of them started asking questions about what was really going on behind the scenes. And that's when the trouble began. Tracy and Lauryn began hearing disturbing rumors about the darker side of the music business, things that would make anyone uncomfortable. The more they questioned, the more the powerful people in the industry started to turn on them. Tracy realized that the music industry didn't know how to handle a strong Black woman who didn't fit neatly into their expectations. She once said, "I think they do a disservice to their audience by only presenting certain types of music." Great, Tracy! Things went downhill fast. One minute, Tracy and Lauryn were on top of the world, and the next it was like they had disappeared. Tracy's phone stopped ringing, and her new albums were delayed. Lauryn's comeback tour was canceled, and there were endless excuses about creative differences. The media didn't help either. They started labeling these talented women as difficult and unstable, completely ignoring the challenges they were facing. Lauryn's situation was especially messy. She was dealing with drama within the Fugees, particularly with Wyclef Jean. Their relationship wasn't just professional, it was personal, complicated, and full of heartbreak. To make things worse, Wyclef was married during their on-again, off-again relationship. The love triangle caused tension in the group, and jealousy made things even worse. Eventually, the Fugees split up, and Lauryn faced even more backlash. Wyclef went on to pursue his solo career, but didn't show Lauryn the same support she had given him. Then, Lauryn dropped a bombshell in 2005. She called her experience with the Fugees a conspiracy to control, manipulate, and encourage dependence. Heavy stuff, right? It made people wonder what was really happening behind the scenes. Even after all that, the drama didn't stop. In 2023, Praz, another Fugees member, sued Lauryn, accusing her of fraud during their reunion tour. She denied the allegations, but the lawsuit showed just how deep the bad blood ran between them. Meanwhile, Tracy was fighting her own battles. The industry wanted her to change her image, but she refused to compromise her authenticity. As a result, she faded from the spotlight. Her last big performance was in 2009, leaving fans wondering why such a talented artist was suddenly gone. Both Tracy Chapman and Lauryn Hill's stories reveal the harsh realities of the music business, an industry that often prioritizes control and profits over creativity and integrity. Their experiences are a reminder of the struggles many artists face behind the scenes, even when they seem to have it all. Ever wonder why Tracy Chapman and Lauryn Hill disappeared from the spotlight so suddenly? These two queens were dominating the music charts, and then, just like that, they were gone. It's almost like they saw something they weren't supposed to, and the music industry hit the mute button on their careers. But what if it wasn't just bad luck or burnout? What if these two powerhouse singers learned too much about the darker side of the business and got silenced for speaking up? Let's dive in and unpack their stories, because this will make you think twice about the music industry. Tracy Chapman started her journey playing guitar on the streets of Cambridge, Massachusetts. Can you imagine? She was busking for spare change before becoming a Grammy-winning superstar. Her raw talent caught the attention of a big-name music executive at a coffee shop, and next thing you know, she had a record deal. It seemed like her rise to fame was overnight, going from Harvard Square to winning 3 Grammys in 1989. Her debut album sold over 10 million copies, and critics praised her as one of the most socially conscious songwriters of her time. Meanwhile, Lauryn Hill had a different start. She first made waves with the Fugees before going solo. Her album, The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill, was groundbreaking. She wasn't just singing, she was rapping, writing, and pouring her heart out. The album sold over 400,000 copies in its first week and earned her 5 Grammys. Everyone thought Lauryn was unstoppable. But then, the spotlight started dimming for both women. Behind the scenes, Tracy and Lauryn were dealing with the harsh realities of fame. Tracy faced pressure to change her image to fit a more marketable mold. But she wasn't about to play that game. She stayed true to herself, even if it meant fewer album sales. Lauryn, on the other hand, wasn't afraid to speak her mind. And the industry didn't like that. The music business isn't always kind to strong Black women who refuse to conform. It was a long journey. When Tracy tried to release new music, things kept going wrong. Albums were delayed, tours were canceled, and industry insiders seemed to lose interest in her. She said in an interview that the music she made didn't fit the industry's format and they weren't willing to make room for her. Despite these challenges, Tracy kept going, releasing music on her own terms, even if it meant smaller audiences and less industry support. Lauryn's story took a darker turn. After her incredible success with The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill, she faced lawsuits from people claiming they weren't credited for their work on the album. Rumors started swirling about her mental health, especially after her MTV Unplugged performance in 2001. Lauryn said the album reflected her personal struggles, but her emotional vulnerability led some to question her stability. She also began speaking cryptically about the industry, hinting at deeper issues. Adding to the drama was Lauryn's relationship with her spiritual advisor, Brother Anthony. While some saw him as a positive influence, others claimed he isolated her from her friends, family, and even her management. This period marked a significant change in Lauryn's life and career. She became more reclusive and often showed up late to performances, leading to criticism that she didn't care about her fans. Lauryn explained in 2016 that it wasn't about carelessness, but aligning her energy with the performance. Tracy's battles were different, but no less challenging. Her refusal to play the celebrity game led to whispers that she was losing her touch. Her album Matters of the Heart shifted to a more alternative rock sound, which didn't resonate with all her fans. The industry seemed to lose interest, but Tracy kept creating music true to herself. Despite their setbacks, Tracy and Lauryn's impact on the music industry remains undeniable. New artists continue to draw inspiration from their bravery and authenticity. Their music still resonates with fans old and new, rediscovering their hits. Lauryn recently celebrated the 25th anniversary of The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill with a sold-out tour showing that her influence is as strong as ever. Tracy's songs are being covered by artists like Sam Smith and Justin Bieber, proving that her legacy is alive and well. Tracy Chapman and Lauryn Hill remind us of the power of staying true to yourself, even when the odds are stacked against you. Their stories are a cautionary tale about the price of integrity in an industry that often prioritizes profit over authenticity. Yet they also offer hope. Their music continues to inspire, educate, and challenge the status quo, proving that real art can outlast the drama. So, what can we learn from Tracy and Lauryn? Fame isn't always what it seems. Behind the glitz and glamour, there's often a darker side that many don't see. These two women stood up for their beliefs and paid the price, but their influence remains louder than ever. Whether you're rediscovering their music or hearing it for the first time, their stories remind us to value integrity and creativity over superficial success. 8.
Stay tuned, because there's always more to uncover in the world of music and Hollywood. There's more drama, inspiration, and truth waiting to be told. Tracy Chapman and Lauryn Hill may have stepped back from the spotlight, but their voices still echo, reminding us all of the power of staying true to who you are.